Alright, so on to part two. May Fleet asks, who is dumber based on how they argue, not necessarily their beliefs? Conspiracy theorists, race realists, or MRAs? I would say conspiracy theorists. Because the thing is, MRAs, at least sometimes, like, they will take things that are, like, real, like, male issues, things like, male genital mutilation, things like divorce. I mean, I've pretty much said my fucking piece on that shit. Race realists, they'll use, like, big words, they'll use, like, biology. I mean, if you kind of, like, look into the shit they're saying, you'll realize, like, okay, you just kind of pulled that out of your ass, or you just copied and pasted it from someone else. Conspiracy theorists are a completely different fucking animal. What they do is they'll take things, they'll either say some shit like, you know it's true, or, well, yeah, here's the proof right here. Well, that's a fucking conspiracy theorist site. Why don't you give me, like, some real fucking proof? Oh, well, you just don't believe because you're a part of it. I mean, there was actually a comment on one of my Illuminati's bullshit videos that said, he's part of it. Don't tell him what you know. Yes. What? And what has happened to these fuckers who told me what they knew? So, they are the worst because they have no evidence, but they want you to believe them. Just believe it. Trust them. You know, trust it. You know, they know what the fuck they're talking about. So, here's another, I believe a long-time subscriber. I believe I've seen this name quite often over the years. Number one, what are your thoughts on Leonard Nimoy's death? What do you think? It fucking sucks. The third original cast member dead. Steve Shives did a very, very beautiful fucking video about Leonard Nimoy's death. I'm not going to really go into it here because when I was at work and I saw the TV, I'm like, Leonard Nimoy, did he die? And like some of my coworkers were like, yeah. I was like, fuck. But, some of you are going to know what this is. But basically, my final word is this.
He's really not dead. As long as we remember it.
So, number two, have you been to any Star Trek conventions? Unfortunately, no, but I would say fortunately, no as well. Because, I mean, some of these fucking people, they go apeshit. Now, in fairness, I have a trench coat. Like, my winter coat, it's a gray, like, military coat. I have no idea where it's fucking from, but I put the Terran Empire symbol, the symbol I use in my avatar, this earth with a sword through it. I sewed it onto the fucking sleeve. And when I mean sewed it on, I fucking went ape shit with it. Like, all the black and the sword is actually stitched with my sewing machine and all that. And people are just like, I see them staring at me in public, but I don't give a fuck. But that's pretty much like the geekiest. I don't know Klingon or any shit like that, but some of these motherfuckers go just absolute ape shit over it, and I don't get it. Since you used to be a LaVeyan Satanist, what do you think of satanic churches challenging the Christian right in places like Oklahoma and Florida by doing things like petitioning to have their own courthouse monuments or trying to pass out coloring books to students? They're proving their point. Even a Buddhist temple wanted to do some shit like that. But the point they're trying to make is, this is why we need separation of church and state. Only the fucking idiotic Christians who want to push this fucking bullshit don't understand why. I remember on Fox News, Megyn Kelly, like, they want to do a satanic monument. Really? Yeah, really?
What the fuck?
Fucking idiot. Yes, this is the point they're trying to make. You don't like Satanism? Okay. They don't like Christianity. I don't particularly care for Christianity. Why have that? You have churches. I'm fine with churches. I have no fucking issue with them. I don't want to fuck with people's churches. You know, that's their fucking freedom. Keep it there. Why do you have to have it every fucking where? You know, just because you get something fucking sorted out doesn't mean you have to go shouting from the rooftops telling everyone else how to fucking live. Anyway, Ben Miller asks, if you could only eat one for the rest of your life, would it be peanut butter or jelly? Peanut butter. Peanut butter is like peanut butter is the ultimate survival food. It really doesn't spoil that much. It tastes good. It's pretty awesome. I really like peanut butter, and that's probably why Reese's Cups are like my favorite candy. George Erickson asks, who is the worst person you have encountered with via internet or IRL? See, that's really hard. I've kind of talked about some of the worst people. I'd say internet-wise, Brett Keane is definitely up there. I fucking hate that son of a bitch. But another guy named Dan I used to work with back when I was an electrician. He was just such a fucking miserable piece of shit. Now, he was smart. I'm gonna give him that. He was smart. He actually had a really good memory, but he was one of those people that were like, if he could make you look bad to make him look good, he would do it. In a fucking heartbeat. And it's funny because the boss, like, who loved Dan, you know, like, basically Dan would, like, they go in their office together and Dan would, you know, gently fucking stroke his cock. Hey, Dan's the nicest fucking guy in the world, man. He gave you the fucking shirt off his back. And I was like, yeah, for $50. Because Dan was a Christian conservative Republican who loved money. In fact, when he was talking about if he got divorced from his wife, better not touch my money. You're not thinking about your marriage collapsing. You're thinking about your fucking money. I'm thinking about my marriage if it fucking collapses. It would suck. But, yeah, here's a funny story. Like, if you ever did something that fucked up, like, you know, you made a mistake or something, he was telling every fucking one. Every fucking one. So one day, Dan, he was taking a pallets of boxes, because we had, like, custom-made boxes and shit for the, because we had actually sell a lot of our prefabricated shit outside of the company. Because some companies saw that, like, oh my god, that's really good stuff. Maybe we should sell this, you know, outside. So we had, like, these big fucking pallets just of boxes. And he was going to put it up on a rack. And the rack happened to be next to the bathroom. Well, his fucking dumbass, because, you know, he was so full of himself and thought he could do no wrong, he tried to put it up there. The fucking stack of boxes tipped. Fucking fell right onto the bathroom. And fucking busted the water pipes. And we're all like, oh, what was that all about? He had nothing to fucking say. Well, he could sit there like this, because he was so fucking fat. But, yeah, they were like, oh, drug test, motherfucker. Oh, well, I'll take one if they really want. But that's all I'm going to say about him, because I can go on. I worked with him for, like, fucking 3 years, so I have a lot of fucked up stories about him. But, okay, so Androgynous Buttocks asked another one. Have you heard of the band Anal Nath Rach? If you have thoughts, I have not. If you haven't, I suggest you listen to Ragin' Red and A Metaphor for the Dead by them, and tell us what you think. I apologize, I should have remembered that. I'll put a comment to you after I do that. Okay, so Antagaya? Number 1, what's your favorite Opeth album and why? I don't listen to them, no offense, just not my cup of tea. I don't hate them, it's just not my thing. Number 2, I hear you're a vegan. What do you think of vegan philosophers like Oscar Horta and David Pierce who suggest we should intervene to reduce suffering in nature? I'm not a vegan. I eat plenty of vegan meals, quite frequently, but I'm a vegetarian. I eat, dairy products. I'm allergic to eggs, but some things I eat do have eggs in them. But I'm a pretty strict vegetarian. I try not to eat things with, like, rennet, like gelatin, things like that. In fact, when I can help it, like, there might be some things that I eat and it's like, oh, fuck, it had fucking gelatin in it. What do I think about the philosophers that think we should intervene in nature? I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, things like cats, I mean, the thing is, I have to buy meat for my cats. You know, there's nothing I can do. They're carnivores, that's it. So, it would be nice if no animals had to kill each other. It'd be fucking great, because I'm such a fucking bleeding heart pussy that when I think about, like, hawks, because in my old, the old neighborhood I used to live in, I saw a hawk eating, like, some birds, and I'm like, fuck, man, you know, what if that bird was going out getting food for, you know, its nesting mate, and shit like that, and I'm such a fucking pussy about that shit, because I love animals so much, but the thing is, there's nothing you can do. There really isn't. I mean, like, animals have to eat that shit. Now, I say people, we don't, for the most part, but that's also why I don't push my beliefs on people. As long as they don't push their beliefs on me. If they really push their shit, then I'll go fucking full asshole mode on their asses. But anyway, so yeah, there's nothing we can do. Number 3, what do you think would be a feasible alternative model to capitalism, socialism? I am a socialist, period. Not wholesale, but for the most part. Like, not every tiny little thing about socialism, you know, blows my fucking mind or anything like that, but I'm a socialist. I mean, honestly, I think that's a good way to go. Take the capitalistic stuff that is good and take the stuff that's more socialistic or even communistic in certain ways and use what works. Do you like grape drink? What, do you mean that shit that's just sugar, water and purple. No, I had the good shit as a kid. We had Kool-Aid and other shit. But, okay, so Das Neko asks, what is your second most lucky number and why? My first most lucky number is 5. My second most is 55. That's because my first, middle, and last names each have 5 letters in them. I was born on February 25th in 1985 at 1:05 a.m. in Texas, which has 5 letters, and I moved to Ohio, which has 4. Whatever. Can't win them all. Kim Kill. If Alex Jones, Bill Whittle, and Ted Nugent were drowning in a pool and you could only save one, what kind of sandwich would you make? A veggie burger. They're the kind of assholes who would probably hate me for that, so. With extra vegan A's and vegan cheese. Why the fuck not? Okay. Rage Monster asks, number 1, favorite DBZ villain and why? I'm torn on Frieza and Cell. I'd say Cell, probably. I mean, he just had such a shitty attitude. It was cool. And he had a cool voice. It was almost like, just so cocky. But he's kind of like the ultimate villain. I mean, Boo is cool. Like, a lot of people hate Boo, and I don't understand why. It's an interesting concept. But Cell, I mean, having, you know, basically the ability of all these motherfuckers. I mean, it got, sometimes you're just like, God damn it. But, yeah, I'd say Cell. Frieza was a little too, like, cocky for no reason. It's like, I'm the most powerful in the universe! And all that shit. But it's like, no. Not even close. But then again, Cell, he said he would be the most powerful being that ever lived. Regardless. So, okay. 2. If you got a letter from the Illuminati asking you to join, would you and why? No, I don't believe in the Illuminati. Thank you for clearing that up. I don't know. It depends. It just all depends. If you saw Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler, and Benito Mussolini having tea in pink dresses in your front yard, what would you do? I'm sorry, I had to. Take a picture, obviously. But I don't know. That's a really fucking good one. I don't know. Probably just ask, mind if I join you? And just do offensive shit to all of them. Smoke right by Hitler, kind of shit like that. And yes, I know my name in here is retarded, but I was 12 and used my Xbox gamer tag. I don't give a fuck, your name is fine. I'm a Baden 5. I just did that because I just needed a fucking name so I could watch, like, parental advisory videos. So, Tabe or Tybe. I'm not sure, I guess it depends on what kind of, language you speak. Because I don't know, I'm much more inclined to speak German. But number 1, what are your thoughts on the band Tool? Some of the most talented fucking people on the planet, music wise. I don't like their music. So many of my fucking friends hate me for that. What are some of your favorite horror movies? I'm not big on horror. People are actually shocked by this. They're like, you don't like horror movies? And I just have to say no. I don't. I'm sorry. Now, there are certain ones. Golden Age horror, love it. You know, things like Dracula, Jekyll and Hyde, which apparently, yes, that is how you say it. Frankenstein, especially. Now, when it comes to, like, horror, like, newer stuff, I really like The Thing, but that's, like, from, like, what, 1982? The first Alien is a classic. I think Aliens is better. Predator, I guess you can consider horror. I love the Predator movies, except for the first Alien vs. Predator. Godzilla was considered horror, so I guess that's kind of shit. I'm not big on, like, these fucking torture porn gore fests. It's just, like, what's the fucking point? 3, what are your thoughts on the band Death? None, I guess. I think I'm missing something here. I could have sworn I had another fucking question. I'm sorry about this. I could have sworn Got That Funk sent me something on here. Alright, one last question. I actually remember this. It is from one of my oldest friends on here. I think we became friends in like 2009. And that's Got That Funk. Now, unfortunately, I can't find the question on here. I don't know if it was removed somehow or if it's just not showing up. But basically, his question is like, okay, because of like genetics and things, we can actually alter. We may be able to alter things. Like, you know, you could just have 2 fathers making a child. You know, because man has X and Y, well, a woman doesn't. And we can like make like aptitudes leaning towards something like math, science, etc. And he says, you know, do you think that's right? Do you think that just because we can do it, should we? And I would say no. and this is, first off, this is going to be the last question I answer, and then also I'm going to mention Star Trek again. For those of you who know Star Trek at least somewhat, you're going to know that Khan was basically a genetically modified person as well as his crew. They were basically superhumans, and they were brutal. You know, Khan was a fucking dictator, and to me, like, that's my fear. You know, that something like that would happen. It's like, well, we're superior to humans, so shouldn't we be superior to humans and basically rule over them? If they can't challenge us with not only our fucking superior intellect, but maybe even superior strength, fighting abilities, who knows, maybe even healing, shit like that. I don't think it's right. I don't think we should be fucking with genetics to that extent. Fucking with genetics, somewhat. Okay, I'm okay with. You know, like, most things are genetically modified. Most foods are. Some things were poisonous, and now we can consume them. We can just eat whatever the fuck we want with certain things like this. You know, bananas, they were very nasty. What was it? I think, like, tomatoes, weren't they poisonous at first? Quite a few things. But I don't think it's right to do that. Now, we could basically do that and take a shortcut and figure certain shit out. You know, things like, maybe, like, my ultimate fucking thing would be faster than light travel. That's, like, the one thing I really want to, I really wish they could figure out for interstellar travel. I really want people to, you know, travel the fucking cosmos and, you know, figure things out. Maybe find life on other planets and just see what's out there. Just, to me, that is, like, my biggest fucking dream right there. Like, ever since I was a kid, I just looked at the fucking sky like, what is out there? Look how much shit that we know about, and that's not even a fraction of it. So, I mean, we could take that shortcut, but I don't think it's right. You know, I think there's way too many fucking risks involved. I don't think we should do it. That's just me. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed my answers. Maybe I'll do another one. You know, I gave people a fucking week, and I had, like, what, 200 fucking views on that video. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully you guys had, I guess, some fun watching me out of my, I guess I was a fish out of water on this one in a way. But anyway, so yeah, got a couple more videos. I know I have, like, my guitar collection video coming up. And yeah, this is coming out after my guitar playing video. But anyway, so this is Bad 5, and I'll see you guys next time.